I think the speed with which things have happened is the surprise, rather than the fact that Tuchel would be a contender. He always was a live contender. If you were drawing a list of experienced managers who are available, he'd be top because he is available and he's won major trophies and he's been successful in a number of countries. But only a few days ago, it looked as if it was Lee Carsley's job to lose, and it probably was. Unfortunately, he lost it. The performance against Greece was so poor, and more importantly, I think his sort of struggles to articulate himself properly in the post-match interviews uh, made it clear that the job is a big job and maybe too big for him. Um, Once Guardiola appears to have ruled himself out of the running for various reasons, then Tuchel is the next cab off the rank, and you can absolutely see why the FA would approach him. If you look at that Chelsea team that won the Champions League, it was man for man inferior to Manchester City in that final, but he developed a game plan. They didn't concede a goal in that knockout run in Europe. They were outstanding in many of those games, and what he proved was his ability to organise, to get teams to play, to give them a sense of purpose, to give the players a belief in themselves as well. Now, it hasn't always worked. He is quite combustible through his history. He's a short-term manager. He doesn't last for a long time anywhere. Bayern Munich got him in to win him the league, which he did in a few weeks, but then his season unravelled the following year, despite having the best striker in Europe in Harry Kane at his disposal. So, his time at Dortmund ended quite abruptly. Even at PSG, he was involved in a number of sort of internal fights. The one thing with England, of course, is you don't see the players that often. You're not in day-to-day contact with them other than in tournament mode. So you have less time for grudges to develop. But if England want a short, sharp, shock manager with experience who's proven himself a winner, then Tuchel clearly does tick all those boxes. But there is a thing about, one extra heave, isn't there? If you look at Germany, for example, between 2006 and 2014, they went semi-final, final, semi-final, semi-final, win. England since 2018 have gone semi-final, final, quarter-final, final. It's not a dissimilar pattern. You just need somebody to get them over the line. The quality of the players is there. It could be that Tuchel is the missing link in that, the final piece in the jigsaw. England have got a World Cup, hopefully, if they qualify in 2026 in the US. And then, of course, they will be the main host of the 2028 European Championships. The finals at Wembley. England will play all of their group games at Wembley, potentially all of their games at Wembley. So that's home advantage as well. So the next 3 4 years are looking quite positive if England can get Bellingham and the last bits of Kane and Foden and Palmer and all these players to gel. It isn't far away. It's within touching distance. Even though Spain were superior in Berlin in that final, and England didn't play well to get to the final, they found a way to get to the final, and they were, a fraction, one goal line clearance away from taking it into extra time, despite having been second best all match. It is very, very close. It is within touching distance. We've seen that over the past few years.